Here is a keyboard. I want to talk to you about how I compose, how I write. I am a singer-songwriter, and I don't know how to play this, like literally at all. I think there are 2-year-olds that play this better than me. But what I do know on it and what I can do because I hear the music in my mind is I can shape things enough that I can put my idea down and then I send it to the musicians and then they make a much better version of anything that I send them. I can't make my music alone. And that is just how my life has been. I didn't really learn musical theory. I didn't really take singing lessons. I am what they call a natural singer. And I'm just a highly creative person. So I'm always hearing melodies and bass lines in my mind. Now, most of the time it's bass lines that come to me. So this is a song that a bass line that came to me when I was alone in my apartment in the first lockdowns during the COVID pandemic. And I've lived alone. I don't have any children. I'm just alone. And when you're in a big city alone and when the lockdowns happen, well, I kind of got in my feelings. I was very sad. I was very lonely. So I would just sit on my piano all day and write songs. And then somebody asked me, the wonderful Dresden festival, which is a wonderful festival in Germany that mixes classical music with jazz. They had this online thing going and they asked me if I had any songs that I could do for them as like a home session. And so I proposed this song to them and they really, really loved the demo. And so then after I recorded it with some musicians, but this is how it starts. So this is just to show you, if you don't play an instrument at all, it's okay. You just have to surround yourself with good, kind-hearted, talented people that believe in you enough that they will lend their talent to you. So this is what I came up with. So I was like, which is a simple, basic rise. I'm going to play this really wrong, watch. And I was like, okay, now that we're up here, I was like, let's go back down. And the thing is that I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Literally, zero. I mean, I know that's C and that's D and that is A. I know that. A, C, D, okay? I guess that's a D minor chord. That's what it sounds. It sounds kind of minor. And then going back down, I'm like, okay. I just went, does this sound all right? No, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right. And that's how I built the song, just simply. I wake up every morning and raise my head to the sky. I thank the stars that are above me and mourn the souls that left in the night. I make myself a cup of coffee, knowing damn well nothing is right. And every time I hear a child laughing, it gives me a reason not to cry. And so once I got to that point, and these lyrics are just literally what I would do every morning during the lockdown. And there would be these kids that would walk down the street with their parents, taking a walk, and they'd be laughing, and it would bring me so much joy. So, and every time I hear a child laughing, it gives me a reason not to cry. And then I was wondering, like, where else could I go with this song? What else do I want to say? And I just kept on going with this whole, descent of bass line. I was like, duh, duh, duh. So I'd just go, duh, duh, duh. And I'm like, we got to do the soul thing, right? So, duh, duh, duh. I was like, oh, yeah, that works. So I then went, 'cause it's going to be a long, long time till I hold you. And then I was like, oh, we need something in between that. So I was like, it's gonna be a long, oh shit. Oops, sorry. Wait. See, I told you I don't know what I'm doing. Long time until I hold you. And I was thinking about my family and my friends, and I was just saying it's gonna be such a long time till I hold you. And when I finished that first verse and that first chorus, I was like, you know what? I may have something here. Now, this is a song that I've never released. I don't know if I'm ever going to really record it. But I think it's a really good example of what you can do with very little. So once I figured that whole structure out, then I went to my computer and took my little MIDI keyboard and I made a demo sketch of all the things that were running in my mind. So I programmed some really bad drums. I programmed a really bad cello line, a really bad bass line, everything really bad. And this is what it sounded like.
I wake up
really bad.
every morning.
Y'all hear them drums?
Raise my head to the sky. I thank the stars that are above me. On the souls that left in the night.
So I'm just repeating the same bass
Make
line.
myself
And then I wanted to hear
a
cello.
cup of coffee.
So I'm programming cello. Sounds horrible. Disgusting.
And every child I hear outside laughing gives me reason not to cry. It's gonna be a long, long time before I hold you.
So you get the idea. And just to show you how bad I am at programming, I left the click in. Who leaves the click in a demo, especially when you program such beautiful sounding drums? Those drums sound horrible. Everything sounds horrible. But what I'm trying to get across to you is that even though that sounds horrible, when you give it to some great, talented musicians, well then they're all locked down in their respective homes across the world, and then they send you something back, and then it almost sounds like a song.
I wake up every morning, raise my head to the sky.
So the drummer tracked in Lithuania,
I think the stars
piano's in Oregon and South London, and the bass player is in London too. I don't know if you can hear the bass because I don't have the right mix, but
I make myself
see, the pianist changed the chords and made the second part of the verse mean something.
But every child I hear outside laughing gives me reason not to cry. Oh, it's gonna be a long gonna be a long time before I hold you. So long, so long. It's gonna be so long, so long, so long. It's so hard to ignore what's happening.
The whole song turned out really cool, and we did a video. Everybody filmed themselves while they were tracking, so we kind of did like a home performance. But the thing is, what I'm trying to explain to you, no matter what your level of knowing instruments is, you can compose and you can write. You can be a singer-songwriter. And it took me a while to understand that everything I had done since my very first song that came out in 1996, I've been writing and composing. Because sometimes people will just send me a track, right? There's no particular melody on it, but I'll find something. Or sometimes you do something crazy like